Hey everybody, welcome to Between the Lines with Chris Curran. I'm your host, and tonight we speak with Nazareth, Rochester Lion, Miami-Dade alum, wife, mother, and one of my favorite people in the world, Jordan Daberer, aka
Yeah.
Goody.
Goody. Yep. Hi,
Yes.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, amazing having you on. I know we've kept touch throughout the years since we went time Miami-Dade, more so in the more recent future because we both have kiddos.
Yeah,
It,
definitely.
it it's funny to see your stuff on Facebook and all that because the kids are hilarious.
They're I can't I wish I didn't have to. I don't wanna say that. I like posting my kids, I think they're great. Our son is hysterical, but if I don't post for a few days, they're like, "What?" I get texts like, "What's Henning doing? What are you guys doing?" I'm like, "Okay, okay." You know what I mean? So I just gotta keep up with the times, but
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But yeah, I
it's
feel like we definitely reconnected in our parent life, which has been pretty cool.
yeah. No, I think it's awesome that you do because a lot, and especially for you because you went to college at a further distance. Same thing with me. It's good to be able to kind of keep tabs, keep ties with some of the people that you might not see every day, text every day, but you just end up seeing their feeds and you almost get to follow them through social media.
Yeah, totally.
Because I pulled away from it from a little bit too. I think in like 2019, I deleted
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, everything, and then kind of found my way back in time, you know?
Yeah, I think it could be really cool.
Yeah.
There's definitely parts of it that I'm like, now that we have like an 11-year-old too, I'm like, is it that great? But I think that where we're at in life, it's a really great tool and asset to have.
Yeah, because then now you also have to monitor what she had.
Yes. And like
And
her mental health and like all that kind of stuff, especially as a young woman, you know?
yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it is kind of crazy in that sense where we didn't have to worry about it.
We didn't have that. It's way different. And we weren't as like accessible, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? And kind of when we
Yeah.
left school, if you wanted to talk to somebody, you could. But you didn't have to, and now people
Yeah.
can just get to you anyway, multiple ways. So
Yeah.
it's a lot to think about.
Yeah, it used to be like, dude, be at home at 5 o'clock and I'm gonna call
Yeah.
you. And that's if someone in your family wasn't on dial-up internet,
Oh, for sure.
blocking the
Yeah.
phone line. Like they have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, usually I'm downloading music at, like, 5, so call it, like, 5:30.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely interesting. You'll see some of the older generations like we didn't know about all this, and it's like you didn't have all of this,
Yeah.
you
And it's
know?
even, like even with sports too, it's funny, like, I feel like we had to pay people to follow us and, like, record us, or, like, our
Yeah.
parents, like, "Hey, make a video," and now it's like, oh, follow their if they wanna get a coach to pay attention to them, they're like, "Here, follow this Instagram. You can see all my top 10 plays." I'm like, "What? That's so easy."
Now they're recording your strikeouts. You're like, "Don't
Yeah.
don't don't re come on,
I know.
man."
You can't hide from those babies.
Yeah, yeah, it's
They're
unbelievable.
punching you out.
It's all you know what's crazy now? So, because I was inducted to the Brockton High Hall of Fame in November 2024,
So
but
sick, yep.
before that, me and my old high school coach were like looking up my stats, and because you have to collect all this data, and
Yeah.
I was at like the cutoff where you couldn't see my high school.
Nothing.
I'm like, am I that old that I can't go to like brocktonhighschool.com and
Yeah,
find my own baseball stats?
yeah.
Luckily,
We are that old.
we are that old.
Even Miami's a close call. Like,
It is.
people will be like, "Oh, show your first, like, thumbnail picture from when you were in college," and I'm like, "We, like, don't have that."
Yeah, I know.
I think after we were done, they were like, "Alright, we'll start taking pictures of people." It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, it happened to the baseball field after. I would get pictures from like Phil Roy and some of the guys like, dude, look at
Yeah.
Miami-Dade's field. And they redid the field and the batting cages. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, rude.
What happened to us? We were pretty good.
Yeah, I
You
know,
know?
right?
We didn't
You
get
guys
any of
were
those
pretty good.
benefits.
Nothing.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
Yeah,
But
that was pretty fun.
so tell us a little bit about like your sports background and upbringing.
I think I played alright, so I played baseball always. So I grew up in California, and then we moved to Rochester, New York, because my dad was a mechanical engineer for Xerox. And the whole time Little League was all baseball, all baseball. And then when we got to New York and I got to middle school, they were like, "Yeah, so, like, you have to play softball." And I was like, what?" So I was in 7th grade, and I tried out for the modified team. I don't know if that's what you call it where you're from either, but it's just the middle school team. And I was there for an hour, and they were like, "Can we talk to you for a second?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Have you played softball before?" I'm like, "No. I've always played baseball. They just told me I had to do this. And I wanna play. I love the sport, whatever." And my parents were like, "You go do this. If you don't love it, I'll fight for you to play baseball, like, whatever." But it was pretty cool hitting that big old ball. I'm like, "Whatever, like, this is sick." You know what I
You're like,
mean?
this is a little easier.
Yeah, yeah, I'm like, "Wait a second, this is sick. It's bright yellow, whatever." And, so they were like, "We have a high school team. Do you think you wanna do that?" And my parents were like, "She's 11." And they were like,
Wow.
"Well, I know, but it wouldn't really be fair for her to play this right here. So would you let her play high school softball?" So we like went home, we like talked about it. I was like, "I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't know anything really about this, like whatever." So we went through it. I had to go to like a counselor to get like evaluated mentally, like so that I was socially acceptable. Like if I not acceptable, that's the wrong word.
Like mentally mature enough to handle the
Yes.
differences in age gap. Like you're going to be with 18-year-olds who are trying to smoke cigarettes underneath the
Yes.
bench, and you're
100%.
11. You're like smart guy,
Yeah.
like the
I'm like the
show.
like freaking what's that show? I don't know, where they get to go to college because 'cause they're so smart. And I'm like, "Okay." And then I had to do like this physical fitness test, which was a joke. And then I had to really sit down with all these people, and they were like, "We really want her to play varsity softball." And my parents were like, "It's really up to her. We trust her and believe that she can do that, whatever." And I started as a 7th grader, and I played shortstop. And then when our pitcher couldn't pitch, I had to pitch. And that
Wow.
was the first year I ever played softball.
That is crazy.
Isn't that
How
wild?
how many years did you play, high school
2.
softball?
2. So I stayed at this public school for 2 years, and then, I got in my 8th grade year, I was playing varsity, and, one of the parents that we played against, he coached an elite travel ball team, and he said, "Do you wanna play for my 16 under travel ball team?" And I was like, "I'm 12." And they were like he was like, "Okay, cool, let's do it. Like, we have a 12 and under we have a 14 under team. Do you wanna, like, start there and see how you feel?" And it went really good. Hold on one second. You're gonna get a wedgie. I did see him, but I'm in the middle of something. I thought maybe you were gonna handle it. Alright, I love you, buddy. I'll see you in the morning, okay? Maybe your coffee technique.
That's fun.
So I played 2 I tried out for the 14 under team. No, yeah, the 14 under team. And then he was like, "Honestly, I would just prefer you played for the 16 under team." He said, "I can toss you back and forth." And then while I was playing for that team, we played a bunch of other elite people in New York, and, I got picked up by a private school, and that's how I ended up at Nazareth. They asked if I could go there, so I had to have, like, certain grades, and I ended up doing that, and then I played all 4 years of high school there. My parents had to drive me 45 minutes,
So you got like
the opposite
6
day.
years of like varsity level softball though. Like
Yeah, before I was in ninth grade.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was now that I'm thinking about it, it's, like, pretty nuts, actually.
That's
I don't
absolutely nuts. I had no idea.
Yeah, I don't remember feeling out of place when I was, like, 12 or 14. I remember when I was 11 and I was playing varsity, I remember, like, going to I the team had a sleepover, and I wasn't allowed to go to the sleep I wasn't allowed to sleep over, but I was allowed to go for dinner and, like, until it was, like, 9, and I remember one of the girls took a pregnancy test there, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be here." And I was like, but like it wasn't it didn't make me a bad person. I didn't like end up falling in the wrong direction, but I remember being like, "Oh crap, this is like a lot."
Now I see why they're not letting me sleep over.
Yeah, I'm like, I shouldn't be sleeping over here. Um, so that was definitely
Wow.
interesting, but it was cool. I liked it.
That's
It made it cool.
amazing.
It made it cool because like when I was waiting for the bus, they were like driving to school and they would just stop and pick me up because
So that must
like
have felt real cool
yeah,
too, where you're
everyone was
like,
like, "What the hell? Who's picking you up?" I'm like, "That's the first baseman, dog."
I got it
So
like that.
yeah, I'm like, "Okay." So
That's
that was cool.
crazy.
Yeah. I really
Wow.
the public school, the public school I went to is really great too. I still talk to a lot of people from there. But in Nazareth, Nazareth was hard. My freshman year, it was an all girls private school, and that was a huge shock for me. And a lot of those girls had been going to school together since they were in kindergarten, and that was really hard to come into.
Yeah, because
And
they're like cliques. They're like family at
yes,
that point in time going to school that long.
yeah. What business do I have? And I'm coming in and softball. It's not like I was playing soccer. I had to wait. Softball is a spring sport, so I had to wait all year. I wasn't really I didn't get to, like, blend in yet, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it was cool. They had, like, a big sister, little sister program, and, the pitcher was my big sister, and I was a catcher, so that was great, but it's still I played basketball and tennis and whatever, but, I
Mm.
definitely struggled a little bit till I got into softball season, and then it was great, but I remember coming home before Christmas break my freshman year and was like, "I don't know if I did the right thing here."
Yeah,
Um,
that's gotta be tough waiting because if you're rolling right into a sport, you're meeting all the other girls, the confidence is up, you got something
yeah.
to look forward to where, you're waiting for that springtime to come and
I didn't have my
sheesh.
friends yet. Like, I knew a
Yeah.
couple people, like, we had been doing stuff all summer, but they didn't really know me. I'm like an outsider coming in too, I'm like,
Yeah.
who was I to them, really?
How was your academics? Because you said that you had to make sure that, like, you were academically kind of eligible to go to that
Yeah,
private
because
school.
in high school, you can't necessarily give academic scholarships, so you have to be, like, academically inclined to say,
Mm.
like, "Oh, here, we can give you a little bit of help or support." Um I don't I School isn't easy for me, but I could get good grades if I tried.
Oh,
So
there you
I
go.
really had to, like, you know what I mean, give it a shot.
Yeah, the unfortunate part with me is I always found out how to get C's. And I
I mean, if
thought
it
I was beating the system, but later on in life, you're like, if you kind of tried at school as hard as you tried at baseball, you
right.
may have actually, you know,
Yeah, but
been
baseball's
okay.
way more fun. Way
It's
more fun.
so much more fun. It really
So if
is.
they made it fun, it would've
Yes.
been cool.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky because in high school, if you play a varsity sport, you don't have to participate in gym class,
Uh,
which gym's fun. I always like when we did outdoor football and stuff, but when we had to go
yeah.
swimming
Oh, yeah.
and I'm just getting all that chlorine, like you'd have
Yeah,
it
yeah.
first period. You're like, I'm going to walk around smelling like bleach the whole day.
Yeah, it's
You
just
know?
nasty. It's just like
Yeah.
a chore.
Yeah. I was like, no
Yeah,
thanks. So I never really had to take gym class for all 4 years that I was there. So
that's pretty cool. Even though it's, like, the one thing that you would probably
it's
like.
the one thing that you would want
Yeah.
to, but it was also the one perk
Yeah.
that you could, you know. And then
At this
my senior year, we actually was the first year that they had us write an essay
Ooh.
for gym class. Like there was a
Oh,
writing,
interesting.
there was like a writing portion. I didn't do it, so I got like a B in gym, and
Mm.
my teacher was like,
Oh,
my
man.
coach was like, "How do you get a B in gym?"
You're like, "They added some shit to it."
I was like,
Add 'em
"Bro,
right.
who brings a pencil to gym class?"
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah, I was like, "That's what we're doing now in gym. You got to write an essay.
Man.
Come on."
I remember our freshman year, at this school, you had to take, it was a big dance school too, so, like, so you had, like, regular gym class, and then half the year it was, like, dance class, like ballet. And I remember
Yeah.
I was like, "Mom, I cannot." But then my senior year, we did this whole thing where all the sports kids took the ballet, and then ballet girls took sports, and we all did, like, a performance at the end of the year, and it was hysterical, but freshman year, I was like, "This is dog water. I cannot do this. This is not what I signed up for." I just came to
Oh,
hit some
man.
balls over like, you know what I mean? Like, I was not trying to do ballet,
Yeah, it's so
but
different because you had the public school and private school experience.
and I, like you knew me in college too, like, I can chill with the guys, like, it's fine, and I had
Yeah,
really great guy friends too, and it was really hard for me just to be and I have really great girlfriends, like, I still talk to I'm in a group chat every day with my girls from high school. Like,
yeah,
we talk every day, we're all moms right now, like, it's great,
that's cool.
and but at the time, I was like, "How what is this like?" You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that had to have been such a big change going into a school, all girls, already have cliques, having to wait for
Catholic
softball.
school.
Yeet. There you go. They pull out the rulers.
I took Latin, the Sister Miriam Mayer. She was real funny, though. She'd be like I wasn't baptized, and, she was like she would joke around like, "Jordan, I can baptize you right in that drinking fountain." She'd be so funny. I was like, "Okay."
Right in the drinking fountain.
Yeah. I'm like, "This
Oh
is
man.
not holy water, I'll tell you that much." But it was good.
This is hose water.
Yeah, it is straight up city hose water.
Oh man.
So, it was crazy. It went, it all happened very fast. I think that, I had to play softball, and then all of a sudden I was, like, getting pulled in a lot of different directions and then escalating really quickly, and that was, kind of a lot, but I it worked out okay.
And how was like your senior year? Because you were at what point in time did you, I mean, it's tough to say because you're 11 playing on varsity, to then ask you, when did you think you could play college? You're like, probably at 12.
I mean, I
You
remember
know?
my parents when I started playing Lady Lions, we traveled a lot, like, we did a lot of Florida showcases, and, since I was playing 14 under and 16 under, so obviously I couldn't get talked to, but I was still had my stuff and people could look and whatever. I remember my parents sitting me down when I was like 13, probably 14, and they said, "We will do anything that you need right now. We'll pay for you to go anywhere. We'll pay for you to do anything. But if you do not get into college, you have to do that yourself because we're paying college tuition right now for you to travel and do all this stuff." And I remember thinking
Mm,
like, okay, and I remember being like, it's a decision that I have to make, and there was it wasn't a, like, you have to do this or you don't, it was just like, this is what we had aside for you, and this is what we're gonna use it for, we believe in you, yada, yada, but and we see the future, and we see people asking, we see that you're moving in that direction, and this is the resources that we have to give you, but this is where it will stop if you don't
yeah.
make it, and I was like, "Okay, cool." My senior year, I feel like stuff probably started to get a little bit crazy my junior year. I narrowed it down to I stopped playing basketball. I started playing softball year round. Finding a lot of like indoor we played a lot of indoor tournaments, which is honestly crazy, like dirt field indoors,
Yeah.
kind of traveling a lot, which is I don't think a lot of people on in the South would ever understand indoor dirt fields. It's such a phenomenon, like be in a dusty ass warehouse, but you're playing real dirt ball. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
you've
because,
done it.
yeah, they're still out there. Like,
Yeah.
you remember being in Miami? Like, we still had practice like December 10th
Yes. Before
outside.
you went home for Christmas, you were like, "Oh, we just played 14 games. It's fine."
I know. Yeah, it was like on December 16th, you're sitting on a beach, and on
Yes.
December 17th, you're flying home to the snow.
Yeah. It's
You know?
nuts. So it was definitely a transition definitely for my junior. I still played tennis, but only because my high school softball coach had to coach tennis and he was like,
Mm,
"If I'm coaching tennis, you're playing tennis." Um
wow.
so then I honestly think that I was committed to Miami by the end of my junior year, so my senior year felt kind of mellow.
Yeah, because if
My
you don't have
junior
to worry about committing,
Yeah.
like performing. Like, listen, us normal people, we have to play our senior year to then find
Yeah,
a
yeah.
school.
Yeah.
You're like signing letters of intent at 14.
It was cool, it was cool. It was stressful for a while. It's cool, but it was nice to relax my senior year. I remember my softball coach had a big connection with Miami, which I think is a big reason why I got to have that opportunity. There was some other stuff. I got to I got flown out to ASU, I got to go around there.
That's
Me and
cool.
my mom went. We got to see the whole facility, we got to see some games, they took us to a Diamondbacks game, like, all this cool stuff. I got to go to some pretty big colleges and see some really cool stuff. Um, I don't know if I had a top choice. This is funny, I live in Vermont, I'm sure the women of Vermont are gonna kill me for this, but I never, ever wanted to play for a woman. I did not. Which is no hey, I'm a woman, I love women, okay, but I did not want to play for a woman. So that was off the table. Any woman that came to me, I was like, I don't really know. It had to be like a really good vibe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like if I had like she called me and I talked to her and then like 2 days later I called and her tone was a little off and like a little weird. I was like, this is what I don't like. You know what I mean? Like it just
Yeah.
was the up and down stuff I didn't really love. Um
I mean, you have your
so yeah.
preferences, right?
Yeah.
There's certain things that you want, especially if
Yeah.
you're going to invest everything you have into that place. Like you weren't
Yeah.
going there 100%, 99% for school and then kind of to play softball to pass the time.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the difference when you're like, oh, I'm going to school for this, but I'm also going to try out for the football team.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, okay, then, the football
I did
team's the
go on
football team.
2 visits with 2 women coaches. They were great. Um, I just didn't love the environment.
Yeah.
My I'll have to say that my parents were really great about, um, paying attention to vibes and kind of, like, really keeping me grounded, like, the name looks cool, like, but
Hmm.
this is really you, and try to get a really good read on who this will make you become in the future and kinda stuff like that. So, it was, made it a little bit easier to pick.
Well, that's awesome too, because they had been supportive at such an early age where sounds like you constantly had to make tougher decisions going along, and decisions not like linear decisions, like
Yeah.
advancing kind of decisions. So at that time of deciding your college, you're like, listen, you know, I've seen a
Yeah.
lot at this point in
Yeah.
time. So it kind of gives you a little bit of, it keeps your head on your shoulders, to not be blown away by the big school name. Not really like the teacher, but think I need this on my uniform.
Yeah. It wasn't about and there was a lot of, I remember there's a lot of people that say you can't do it either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's really I think it's hard, they're big dreams for a reason.
Hmm.
Not everybody gets to do it. I think that, you there's small-minded people can't even fathom that kind of dream, and I think that it's really easy for someone to look at a little kid and be like, "Yeah, that would never happen,"
Yeah.
because they could never think of that, and I had to learn that really quick, and my parents were really good at being like, "That's, like, on them," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who are they to decide what you can do and cannot do, and it was
It's
a good foundation moving into that kind of environment, you know?
That's such a huge aspect of it, especially if you're kind of not necessarily the diamond in the rough, but the one person that's kind of separating themselves by their play. I had that many instances of people not thinking that I would be able to do it. And for me, it was hearing it from people I cared about.
Yeah.
Um, not family, but maybe it's coaches or trainers or friends that you're even playing with saying, "Oh, Florida's fast. You're good up here in
Yes.
Massachusetts. Come on, like the
Yeah.
baseball around here is pretty good. It's not Miami."
Yeah.
So you
Like,
know the
they get to play year round.
well
That's different. They have
that
so many more seasons on you, like, blah, blah, blah.
yeah, it was all
Yeah.
that they played twice as much as you. And then when I went to Miami-Dade, you know the team. Like,
Yeah.
I think my freshman year I went there was like 100 kids at tryouts, and whether it's true or not, like everyone had been drafted except for me.
I don't know if that is true, but I feel like it wasn't just you, but I think there was like a couple more, but it was a
It was
hot team.
there was less people who had been drafted
Yes.
than the majority. Because I remember one kid, I was talking to one of the players and like, yeah, that dude was 13th round to the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And he ends up getting cut. Like in the first cuts, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh boy, because then I found out
Yeah.
too, because I was talking, I don't know if I was talking to Donald Jordat or Philip Roy, and I
Yeah.
was like, because Phil Roy actually gave me my like freshman orientation, like he walked me through the facility, so it was
Yeah.
so cool. And I was telling him
Love
about the
him.
scholarship, and he's like, yeah, it's a bunch of people on scholarship, man, no guarantees. So then I started thinking, oh, they cut people that they gave scholarships to.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, it's, I'm going to have to, I knew I was at work anyways,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it kind of woke me up a little bit.
Yeah, you crushed though. Whatever.
Yeah, I did pretty good. It was,
Yeah, you slayed. It was
yeah,
good.
it was interesting. I enjoyed it
It's
so
probably
much,
all
man.
those McDonald's pancakes you ate.
Dude, crushing pancakes. Crushing
You
them.
still love those.
Dude, I had pancakes today. That's my
You did?
it's my
It's your still
favorite food.
go-to.
It's my go-to. It's my
That's
comfort
funny.
food.
Yeah.
So you said
Yeah.
your coach there had like contact with Miami. What was like your first day? Do you remember like your first day, first week, first month of Miami-Dade? Was there like a culture shock? What were the vibes there? Because vibes are big for you. Did it
Yep.
fit, or did you
I
have to
don't
make it fit?
I think it fit pretty well. I don't remember feeling overwhelmed at all. Um Coach Carlos took really good care of me and my family. Really brought us in. I think one of my favorite, like obviously Anik and funny and Christina lived with Christina and Liz and
Mm-hmm.
Cheeky and it was such a close group right out the gate that it was just so easy. And the one advantage is that we had a whole bunch of girls that lived in town. And there was not a meal that went by where they were like, "Do you wanna come to our house and have dinner or, like, do all of this?" So, it was really easy to kinda just settle in and be, um I feel like I probably ate at Anik's house more than I did in my own apartment when we first got there.
That's so cool.
Eating food I'd never eaten before, um, and it was great. I don't remember feeling overwhelmed by it, yeah,
Yeah, we didn't
I
have
thought that was
that.
pretty good.
The people who lived close by, like that were
Yeah.
from Miami, nobody was inviting you to their house.
They see, well, it's too cutthroat for you boys.
It was serious because like you were truly competing with a lot of these kids, and yeah, I remember
I mean, how many did you guys keep on your team?
there was, I'm gonna guess, my guess is like 25,
Okay, yeah, that's a
right?
lot.
So my guess is like 25 people, probably 10 of them are pitchers.
Yeah.
You probably got one or two who can pitch and play outfield to keep them on the team. And then you probably have, you got your 3 starting outfielders, maybe 1 or 2 backups, and one of those guys can play infield. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you had your starting 9, an additional 5, 6, 7 pitchers, and then a couple guys who can play utility and move around. But yeah, it was definitely tough because everyone was fighting because, yeah, my sophomore year, 8 people were drafted and a 9th was picked up as a free agent. So, like, your backup, like my backup center fielder got drafted.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like everyone was heavily competing just to get a couple games in
Yeah.
to show what they had. But yeah, I never got any invites. Maybe it was just me though. Maybe
Yeah,
I
right.
can't listen. I can't rule it out. Maybe they just didn't like me.
Yeah.
Usually,
Yeah,
you're like
right.
everyone's so mean. You're like you're kind of a jerk. So
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know. But I remember my freshman year, Donald Jordat was my roommate, And it was weird.
Yeah.
I'd never had a roommate or anything like that. And I never did travel baseball. So
Right.
I never went on the
Never
road.
ever.
Never. So I never went on the road, stayed in a hotel with other kids and stuff like that. It was just
Yeah.
so the first night, like we drove around, went to Dollar Tree, picked up some, some nice supplies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then like I remember we were going to sleep and it was like weird because like he shut off the light and I joked with him. I was like, not gonna murder me in my sleep, are you? He's like, and he started laughing. It was like,
Oh,
nah.
man.
I was like, okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page, dude. Because
Yeah,
I'm
we're
I'm be
cool, we're
playing,
cool.
I'm be playing center field for you, man.
Yeah, because he's a pitcher, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm also like 5'1",
Yeah, yeah.
so all these guys are like 6'3", 6'4".
Did people talk a lot of shit to you about that?
I got some,
Yeah.
I got some of the jokes,
Okay.
but I was fine with it because I have 3 older brothers, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was very quick.
Well, honestly, none of them could really catch you literally, so it didn't really
Well,
matter.
I would talk
You're
trash
like,
and they
"Stay
could
with you."
chase me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
just walk up,
That's
smack them in
funny.
the back, and then just run.
They would never
Like,
catch
you're
you,
not gonna
ever.
catch me.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
man,
funny.
yeah, yeah. For me, when I first went down there, it was a little bit of I wouldn't say a culture shock, but just not being away from home. Like I didn't know
Like,
anyone in Florida. I had never traveled. I didn't have any money.
yeah.
In that first year, I didn't even get meal money. We
Oh,
got it.
interesting, yeah.
We got it like the last 2 to 3 months of the season. And then when I was going back my sophomore year, they were like, no, there's no meal money. So I went down there for like a month.
Yeah.
And I said, we're going to need some meal money, man. I just won like rookie of the year. I'm your
Yeah.
starting center fielder. I have no money. Like my mom was sending me like $20 a
Yeah.
week or every 2 weeks or something like that. Because like we just didn't have any money. So I had
Yeah.
to take out student loans just to eat, you know?
Yeah, yeah, which
And
seems
it's crazy. So then I end up telling the coach, I was like, dude, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
yeah.
I was like, I'll go home and I'll just transfer to like Broward or Brevard and I'll play you
Yeah.
guys. You know?
Yeah,
Like
eat that,
just
yeah.
being a jerk. And then me and
Yeah.
some of the roommates had some disagreements because I'm OCD, so I always clean, and some of them
Yeah.
weren't cleaning all the time, and then I got blamed for it on a home inspection. So there was just kind
Here.
of rifts. There were rifts between
Yeah.
me and the coaches in like October, November of that year. And then CJ pulled me aside and he's like, dude, just come live with me.
Yeah.
And he literally saved me because I was about to
Yeah.
fly home and say, like, I don't need to go to
I
this
had
school.
enough. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And he moved me in with his family. I live with him, his mother, his grandmother, and his dog. It was
He's a man.
family. He is unbelievable. Yeah, he saved me because I
Yeah.
still
I
had
love
that
that.
that hard-headed Brockton mentality of like, F this place. I don't need like I wasn't all that mature. I was still like
Yeah, yeah.
watching my back, you know?
Well, you don't I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. And you
Yeah.
weren't having a great I mean, really, like, you're playing great baseball and doing great, but, like, if you're not having a great time off the field, it's a
Yeah,
lot.
we joked about it. It was unfortunately true. So they used to have us work these NASCAR events.
Oh my god, I
And
know, they were
yep,
freaking the
you
worst.
remember that. Like so we had to go to like
Ugh.
Homestead and do all that.
Yes.
And they were supposed to feed us and they didn't. So we were there for like 12 hours with no food.
Yeah.
Um and I ended up flipping out on the
You did,
coaches.
huh?
I'm like, dude, I'm like, you're bringing us here for this. And it's like, well, you guys are on scholarship. I'm like, that's due to our play. I don't need to pay you back for this scholarship.
Yeah.
So I
I try
remember,
to tell I try to tell people about that. I'm like, it's cool. Like everyone's like, oh, it's so cool that you're on scholarship and stuff. I'm like, it is really cool. It's
Mhm.
great. But you don't like you gotta ask to go to the bathroom and they it's like a bad relationship. Like they're always like, well, you're on scholarship. Like, okay.
they can hold it
Yeah.
against you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember one week I was so poor down there. We worked at like a book event and there was this like 5-pound bag of Hershey Kisses and I took it. Because I didn't have any money. So I took this
Yeah.
5-pound bag of Hershey bag and I literally lived off that for an entire week.
That's insane.
Yeah. And that was kind of my last straw of like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
getting meal money or I'm going home.
And they gave it to you.
And then they giving me like $300 a month. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
that's still $10 a day.
Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. you know? But,
McDonald's pancakes.
yo, McDonald's pancakes and ramen noodles.
Oh, it's so nasty. Like, oh yeah, I know.
But people up here thought I was living the dream,
I know.
but I was
That's the thing.
struggling. You
Yeah.
know?
You're like, yeah, I don't pay for school, but I don't eat.
Yeah. Yeah. How was your experience like off the field? Did you when you didn't have when you didn't have practice or games, which is rare,
Mhm.
did you hang out with a lot of the girls? Were you trying to find downtime? Was there certain things that you like to do?
Um, Definitely was with Anik and Funny and them a lot and their families. We were hitting the clubs up. What's the club that had the airplane in it? Space? No, is it Space? No, Pawn Shop. Did you ever go to that with us?
I may have.
There's like, or had a plane and a bus. It'd be like
Oh,
VIP. I feel like
the Grove.
yes.
There was one. It
And
was it
who's
was it was called the Grove. Phil Roy was a promoter.
yes, and who was the other guy? Armando. What's his name?
Armando Adon.
Yeah, so he was a
Yeah,
big promoter too, and he would always get us hooked up with that stuff. So I
yeah,
remember we did a lot of that stuff, but I also had like a long-term boyfriend that moved down there with me.
yeah,
And he was a helicopter pilot. So but he lived like around the corner from our all where we all lived. So I like spent a lot of time with him. But I also had family in Sarasota and I would go see them a little bit. But I mostly just hung out with the girls
yeah. And
and
us
Vicky.
when you
Yeah.
could,
And
because
the boys, we were playing Guitar Hero all the time.
yeah, because I always remember hanging out with you.
Swimming. I
Yeah,
did have an off-campus apartment one time, I remember, and off outside of the I feel like my 2nd or 3rd semester, and I feel like we used to have some pretty good parties there,
yeah. We used to have
which was fun.
parties at the apartment complex as
Yeah,
well, but you didn't really know anyone.
I
Like
know.
you weren't talking to people on campus. There was no campus life
I know.
for
I know, I
us.
try to explain that to people too, I'm like, "It wasn't really like that." Like, we had, like, a cafeteria we would all go to, but it still wasn't like
Yeah,
whatever, you know?
yeah. Because I don't remember really talking to. It's weird saying this. I never talked to like normal students. Like I went to
Yeah,
class to just when is baseball.
yeah,
So the only people I hung out with were like you, the baseball players, obviously like Anik, Christina, in that
yeah.
group because we were all pretty tight. Um, but that was really it.
I don't know if we had time for much more either, weirdly,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
especially, like, during season, but it still was and then because we lived far away too, I feel like any chance we had a break, we were, like, out of
yeah.
there really, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Which
that
is
makes
not
sense.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would hang out with CJ and his family
Yeah, I'm
for the
that's
most
cool that
part.
you got ended up moving in with him.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Like that. Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, and you went to another school for like a short stint, like after that. Did you get hurt?
I got hurt, and that's why I left Miami.
Well,
So, a girl ended up sliding into me, and I pretty much exploded. I broke the bottom half of my kneecap. I know, crazy, huh? But funny story. So, I ended up being able to go I said I wasn't gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. I went and played before my surgery at a D2 school for a semester with a half of a kneecap.
oh
Had a
my goodness.
great time. Had like an 800 batting average, caught, had a great time. And then I got knee surgery and then I just started coaching. So it was fine.
But what level did you start coaching?
I did a 18 under travel softball team that was specifically for girls that wanted to get recruited.
Okay. Now, that was separate from schools? That's just
Yeah.
how did you get hooked up with that?
A guy that that used to coach me was coaching it, and he was like, "Do you wanna help me out?" So I was 20 probably at the time.
Fresh out.
Fresh.
How does
Yeah, because
now?
I remember I turned 21 and I had a birthday party, and I remember he was like, "You're not gonna come tomorrow," and I said, "No, I'll be there." And then the next morning, I was like, "I'm not coming." He was like, "I told you." I was like, "Okay. My
Classic.
bad. My bad."
How was your transition into coaching?
It was really good. I really, really like it. I think that, we forget what it's like to be a player sometimes when we've been coaching for a long time.
Mhm.
And I think that we forget how real things are for kids in that moment because we're getting older and it's kind of like we're like I can feel it now sometimes when I'm coaching. I'm like, that's really not a big deal, but it is a big deal for them. And I think at that time when I was coaching, I really still had a really good grasp of what I was like, no, I get why you're upset about that, but here's how we can kind of move forward with it.
Yeah,
So
because you were still fresh out, like, you were still
yeah,
mentally in the thick of it. That
it was
helps.
still yeah,
When I started coaching, I started coaching a couple years, probably, like, 2 years after I had hung him up and retired,
yeah,
and I was coaching, like, 10-year-olds, like, travel baseball, Massachusetts. The kids we had were pretty good,
yeah,
but I was, like, die hard.
yeah.
And I had to learn that balance because I'm like, "Stop being soft, let's go." And this kid's like this kid's like, "Eh."
I feel like my husband's like that sometimes still,
Yeah,
which cracks me up.
so
I love
the
it.
other owner gives me crap because, like, we're, like, best friends too.
Yeah,
His name's Rob Brown. I coached his son Butter, who was actually on one of these. Like, Butter
yeah,
Brown,
yeah.
who pitched
Oh, yeah,
professionally, I used to coach him, mentor him, and stuff like that, so I know his entire family. And Rob used to give me crap because I literally kicked an 11-year-old out of the dugout during a tournament. We won the first game, and we
yep,
had to win the second game, and we had, like, 15 minutes before the next game started. He walked into the dugout with chicken tenders, and I about lost it. I'm like, "Chicken? Do you even wanna be here? Do you
chicken.
wanna" I'm losing it, and this kid's, like, holding this, that little
He's like, I
pa
haven't eaten for
yeah,
hours.
that little paper basket with he's like
It's soggy from his tears, and you're like, get out of here.
like, "Wipe up those tears along with that chicken grease."
You kicked him out.
I kicked him out.
Word.
He ate his chicken tender, he came back, and I don't think he started that game. But we're talking 25, 26
Uh,
year old me who was
yeah, yeah.
I set the precedent with that team, and they went on to be really good and be
Well, that's
really
what I'm
successful.
saying. I feel like that's probably how we were coached, though.
It
So it's
was.
kind of hard to like can't coach like that these days. I don't think.
Yeah, but like you said too, like, with the perspective, I think now being a parent, I would be more empathetic, I would be more patient,
Yeah,
compassionate, I would so much be the softer version of me.
and you don't coach anymore at all.
No, so every year they try to pull me back in,
Yeah,
I just don't have the time.
yeah,
My weekends are, they're for Cole and Kayla.
yeah,
So that's where my priorities are. Maybe in the future, that or lessons. I always liked giving lessons.
yeah.
Do you give lessons?
I do, yeah. I didn't I haven't since Felix has been bored, but she's a year and a half, so before that I was doing catching and hitting lessons,
How do you
which was
like those?
cool.
Like, what was your average? Do you do like half an hours? Do you like to do hours?
I do like an hour. I think an hour is good.
Yeah, I always liked the hour long because the half an hour, it's like you're trying to
It's quick.
crunch everything.
I rather have like a couple minutes to be like, "Hey, like where you're at? What are you thinking?"
Yeah,
That kind of stuff. Kind of get to know like really what they want to get out of it. And I don't
yeah,
love I don't I remember feeling like as a catcher too, like doing drills where I'm like, I'm in the best shape of my life and I cannot freaking breathe right now. Like, what are we doing? I'm like not getting anything out of this because I'm dead inside. So I was trying to remember it's so easy to sit there and chuck stuff at them. And I'm like, okay, they're doing a lot of stuff. Like let's
yeah.
so I try to remember that. So I like the hour because then we can kind of move through stuff and then we work hard and we slow it down and we work hard and we slow it down. And I really like to take it and bring it back to the basics, and I think a lot of, my catchers and hitters, we do a lot of really basic stuff, and they thrive a lot on that, which I love.
Well, you got to hammer down the basics. If you can't do the
Yeah.
basics right, I mean, and that's one of the things I've talked about with people in the past of like, a lot of parents nowadays, they get fooled on all of the props. Like they
Yeah.
want to see the screens. And I went to a place back in like 2010 or whatever, and they were pulling out like the plywood and hitters were standing on it. And I'm like, that kid's 7.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to stand on plywood to hit. He needs to
Yeah.
build confidence to love the game of baseball, to then pave the way for the next 5 to 10 years for him to actually want to learn more about it. I said, you're going to
100%.
scare this kid off. He's going to fall off, not have balance. He's going to lose his confidence. He's not going to want to
Yes.
hit. And then he's going to go into a game and there's no plywood for him to stand on.
Yeah.
So I said,
I know, it's
yeah.
crazy. I totally agree with that.
I'm like, that stuff can work if you have a more developed player and you're trying to teach, all right, you're a little unbalanced when you hit. Let's straighten your feet. You don't even
Yeah.
know that your toes aren't straight.
Right.
But you also got to find out the player. Do they have a
Yeah.
closed stance, open stance? It all
Yeah, the same
changes.
stuff doesn't work for everyone, you know? It's not just a universal thing.
Yeah, if you brought out a
But if
piece
they
of
have the
plywood,
basics, then it is, yeah.
exactly. If you brought out a piece of plywood, I wouldn't be able to stand on it because
Yeah.
I have an open
E
stance.
exactly.
So I'm like,
I think the mental aspect is so huge too, and I feel like I've been really navigating my lessons have seemed to be really navigated around, like, 10 to 14-year-olds, and that is so prime for
yeah,
girls and mental health and stuff, and it's just half the time I'm like, this is just a head game here."
yeah,
We could just
and
spend an hour having a good time. They're gonna go 4 for 4 next game. There's nothing else to do with it besides the fact that they have someone that believes in them and has been like, "Hey, tweak this a little bit, explode, like, mentally, look at that picture, like, I got you, I'm not scared of you," and they're gonna crank one. You know what I mean? Like,
and
whatever.
the difference a lot of time in 0 for 3 and 3 for 3 is something that small.
Yeah,
As long as you're
100%.
not completely off, that's different. Like we've all been
Yeah,
there. But for the most part, how many times have you gone 0 for 2, 0 for 3 and hit absolute line drives at people? And then the next
exactly.
game you go 3 for 3 and they're all squibs over the infield.
Yes.
You know,
I try to
like,
say that too. I'm like, there's a lot of times where I tell my girls, I'm like, you could not have hit that ball any better. That girl was standing in the exact, like, you could not have done that any better.
yeah,
That was a textbook swing. You hit the ball where it was pitched. You can't do anything else, man. You did it. There's nothing
yeah,
else you can do. There's one of you and 9 of them. It had to go somewhere, and it went
yeah.
to one of them. It's okay.
You're outnumbered.
Yes, it's all good.
Yeah. And if you get it by them, sometimes you have 2 umpires to get it by 2.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
So,
exactly.
I mean,
Ugh.
that's how that works. So does Carl know how good you were? Like, have you had those talks? Have you
I
where does
don't
that stand?
So we met at a softball tournament, slow pitch. Well, okay, let me reel back a little bit. We met at a softball tournament, co-ed states. So I was playing a lot of slow pitch softball in Vermont when I moved here, and he was playing, and we didn't really talk to each other. But then we met on Tinder, and he was like, "Oh, hey, I saw you today." Like, blah blah. So we ended up talking. I was playing probably 5 nights a week when I met him. Um, I don't know if the college softball thing came up for a while. He obviously had known that I had played. I think that it's hard to explain that level of play to someone who hasn't
Yeah.
been around it. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are humbled by it and we appreciate it, and it's whatever. He knows I'm an athlete, he knows I'm competitive. We talk a lot about it. It you can tell when we're talking about our stories growing up playing sports where his end and like mine keep going, and there's kind of just like this a different dynamic there.
Mhm.
But I mean, he's never looked at me and been like, "Damn." But I have heard him say to other people like, "She was really good." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it just is.
It's
But who
funny how
knows?
that works. Yeah, cuz
Yeah.
me and Kayla started talking my sophomore year of college.
Yeah.
Um
I remember you talking about her.
yeah. Yeah, and she knew I played baseball, but she didn't know if I was good or anything, because it
Yeah.
never really came up. Like, it's weird. I've never really talked about baseball to people outside of baseball.
Right.
And I've always defined myself as a baseball player up until having Cole, but it was never like, hey, I play baseball.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird to lead with. You almost sound like
Yeah.
it's like it feels comparable to be like, I have $100 in my pocket. Like, okay. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So,
Great.
so like we started dating before I was drafted,
Yeah.
type of thing. So then she's like,
Mhm.
I didn't know you were good. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
but you never know where the other person stands. And like you said too, you're kind of humbled about your success. So you don't
Yeah.
really understand and you don't think about it all that much. But that's why when I was thinking about it before, I'm like, how good you were that, you know, are people
Yeah.
aware of it type of thing.
I think it's
But
funny, our, the president and friend of the company that I work for, he is played some semi-pro baseball, and he understands that lineages, and we talk a lot about baseball and all that kind of stuff, and he's funny. He'll introduce me to people, and he'll be like, "She's plays some softball." Um, but
oh yeah.
I think it like you're saying, it's like a whole different language. I don't think it's really something. And Carl is, he's my blue collar man, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he's stepped foot on a college campus besides for, like, a football game or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's
Yeah.
so much I like to say he's so much better than that, or he's so much
Yeah.
just he just has so much more than that small box of college, and I just don't know if that really makes sense to somebody who doesn't see that, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. No,
And
I know.
I'm okay with that, but if I was to stand in the room, he says a lot more than I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if someone's like, "Oh, your wife played softball," I'd be like, "Yeah," but you know what I mean? It's
Yeah. No, I
so
100%. That's how it was. Same with Kayla. Like it was never I was the baseball guy. I was just Chris to
yeah,
her. But she was
which is what we want.
yeah, because she's actually smart.
She is so smart.
she,
I love it.
she's actually smart. I could make her
Yeah.
laugh. That's how
Yeah,
it
yeah.
worked for me. But like
Yeah.
she's actually smart. Like
Yeah.
so that's why when we had Cole, I'm like, I hope he gets it from you.
For
I
real.
hope he gets it
I
from
love
you.
it.
Yeah, because she's
Carl is
real.
so Carl is so smart too, it's unreal.
Thank goodness for them, huh?
I know, that his comprehend I'm like, "How do you know that?" Like, I'll be like, "Oh, I wonder, like, blah, blah," and he'll be like, "Oh, it's actually just yada, yada." I'm like, "For real?" And then I, like, look it up, and it's word for word exactly what it means. I'm
You're
like,
like,
cool. Got it."
yeah.
I don't even need a dictionary encyclopedia, I just have a husband. It's
Yeah,
the
just
best
go
thing
to
ever.
him. Yeah,
Yeah. It's fine.
exactly. I know.
Yeah.
I was having Kayla because I read a little bit slower. I love
Yeah.
audiobooks. That's how I typically go through it. But my
Yeah.
brain, like, I'll read two sentences and I'm like, hold on a second, go back and
Hold
read it.
on.
Did I miss it? What page am I
Yeah.
on?
Yeah,
And
totally.
I'll show her something. I'm like, well, so the other day she was showing me something, a picture that had words on it. And she kept scrolling like, you got to slow down. I read like 10
Yeah.
words per minute. You know?
Yeah.
She's like, you can't read this? I'm like, no, no one can except for
Yeah.
you.
You're like, "I read the first word."
Yeah. I'm like, what are we looking at?
That's
Yeah.
hysterical, I love that.
Yeah. What are you going
That's
to
the
do?
best, yeah. I know.
How did you guys decide where you wanted to live? Because I mean, you guys had like, whether it's like you went to college in a certain area, did you guys just stay local to where you were?
So he's from here. We actually bought the house that he lived in when he went to high school.
That's cool.
That's some Vermont shit, huh?
That's awesome.
So we have that house. He grew up here, which is great. I think that when I met him, he had a 1.5-year-old, and we were gonna live here.
Hmm.
If I was gonna be with him, I was gonna live here, and that's fine. And honestly, it's a very great place to raise a family. Our 11-year-old still doesn't have a phone. Our kids don't have iPads. They don't sometimes have service anywhere they go. Like, kids are riding bikes. They play outside. Our kids get in the wintertime, our kids get to leave school early and go to the mountain and ski once a week. Like, it's really a great place. So it really didn't take much for us to be like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna stay put here.
That's so
Um,
cool.
yeah, I think we would like to do some time other like warmer areas sometimes too. I mean, we both love skiing and snowboarding and our kids do it and all that good stuff, but we're getting older too, so
Yeah.
warm weather feels a little bit appealing. So it wasn't really ever a question. I think we just knew we were going to stay here and it's been great. The school where we live particularly, the school is really great. Um so it was a pretty easy decision. The
Yeah.
hard part about here is that it's hard to find work around here that is actually good paying work,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we both lucked out, so
Hmm.
here we are.
Yeah. We stayed in Brockton. We're both from here, and
You are both from there.
yeah, so we went to the same high school. We know like all the same people, but so we had been together for quite some time, and then a couple weeks a couple weeks after we got married, her grandmother passed away. And this is the house that like her grandfather built
Mhm.
with
The one you're living in, the one you
the
own.
one we're living in.
Okay.
So yeah, the grandfather built this, so like they lived there. Her mother was raised here. She spent so much time like being raised here that when they
Yeah.
were gonna put the house up for sale, we decided to buy it.
Hell yeah.
So
That's a
Cole,
great so we're both just yeah, I love
That's why
that.
when you said it, I was like, yes, because
Yeah.
Cole's like the fourth generation being raised in this house.
That is
So
so
it's a
cool.
little bit different if you hear some of the creaks and some of the floors a little bit weathered. You're looking at like, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's family. Like
Yeah, totally.
it's a family house, so it has like this warmth to it.
Yeah. I know we're doing the same thing, we're redoing our kitchen and we're about had it with the kitchen, it's fine. We're gonna get rid of everything, but we're in the entryway, we're like, "Oh, we can get rid of this." And then it's kinda like, "Well, it's so eh."
Yeah, yeah.
But
The cabinets are like the originals
yeah, yeah.
that we have.
So are ours, we're about to chuck them.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, though.
Oh
We've lived
yeah.
here for almost 10 years now. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
I
How
love that.
how quickly it goes.
I know, isn't it crazy?
Yeah. Has everything changed for you like since having kids and um
It's a good
like
question.
has that changed? Has it changed you as a person in certain ways?
I think obviously in certain ways, my priorities have changed a lot. I don't know. I feel like I've always been a really authentic and true person. Like I've always
Yeah.
really been true to myself and I just say whatever and whenever and you get what you get. Um and I parent that way and I've lived that way the whole time. But I I feel like I've really come into myself as a person as a mom. Um, I feel like it sounds cliche, but I was definitely put on this planet to be a mother. And I feel like I'm good at it and I enjoy doing it. Um, and I feel it's a lot more fun to do it with someone that you love.
Yeah.
And it makes the environment a lot better and
It
a lot
really
more
does.
cohesive and it makes it a lot more fun and it's not so it's just cool. I think it's just make I just feel really it's hard to find the words. I just feel really complete and whole that I have them and that I have Carl and I have my kids and it's that's just really like all that really matters is making sure that they have everything that they need to be successful and like happy in this
Yeah.
world and it's
You
I
said it
feel like
perfectly.
yeah,
Like
it's hard to explain.
how your priorities turn into not just the things you need to do, but the things that you want to do. So you
Yeah.
actually are happy with other people's happiness and success
Yeah.
and seeing them smile. It's weird to say that because like it's cliche to say as a parent. It's
Yeah.
boring to say as like the younger versions of us, but when you start to see some of that stuff, like you said, you start to feel complete and whole, and this is what it's supposed to be.
And I feel like I spend a lot of time making sure that I'm dialed too, because it's so unfair to them to not be.
Hmm.
They don't like, they're just here having such a great time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can't say that it's Henning's first time here. He's got some weird stuff going on. He's definitely been on this planet before. But most of the time, it's their first time here. You know what I mean? Like, and it's so fun to see that through them. And sometimes we're moving too quick and you forget, but it's not. It's a really great reminder just to. Sometimes I just like sitting back and watching them take it all in, and it's nice to see them laughing and hanging out, and
Yeah.
it's just cool.
You can get caught up in how fast you got to move. I got to do this. We got to pay
Yes.
this. We got to go here. I have this to do. And yeah, those moments of slowing down, Cole's taught me that so much of like,
Yeah.
slow down and enjoy the world, because it goes by so quick.
And like, what are we trying to get to, anyways?
Yeah, you're in a rush to go nowhere.
I get so wrapped up. Carl's so good. Carl's got one speed. He's just living, okay? That's what my favorite thing about him. But also my most thing that I'm like, you're so annoying, dude. Like, we have to be going somewhere, please. And but it's so good for me because it's not, where are we rushing to? You know what I mean? Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And we see it all the time here. Just every second of the day, Massachusetts, everyone's got to go
Oh, yeah.
fast. The amount of people who cut me off and then immediately turn into a Dunkin' Donuts to grab a
Yeah.
coffee. And I'm like, do you need the caffeine? I think you're already
Yeah.
loaded up, you know?
Ew. You need a bumper sticker that's like, "Do not cut me off unless you're going into the hospital,
I
dog."
know. It's
Yeah.
everyone is in such a, you know what it's
Yeah.
like everyone's in such a rush, and I've come to peace with you'll never change that. My
Yeah.
perception is like maybe they are going to a hospital, maybe they're going to see their kid, maybe they're, you know, because you got to find your own peace.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what's going on, but also, like, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
But look,
I'm the guy who cruises going 30 because
always
Cole
on
just wants to
vacation.
drive
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Chilling,
And I
chilling.
make sure I don't sit on the main roads during hours people are going to
Oh,
work.
yeah.
So I have
That's
that consideration, but
Yeah, yeah. You
yeah,
would love it here. Leaf peeping season right now, everyone's pulled over, taking pictures,
scenic route.
going slow. That's fine.
Any of the other kids play sports?
Yeah, well, Ken's only 3.5, but he played soccer this year. And Finn plays basketball, softball, and skis,
Skis too.
and soccer, and soccer.
Oh man, that's awesome. I saw Hen's picture of him like at the goalie net, and you told him to take him serious.
Oh, yeah. He takes it very serious. He's like, "Mom, I'm just gonna be goalie, it's fine." And I'm like, "They don't really have, like," he we get home after I'm coaching because they didn't have a coach, okay? He's not even old enough to play, but they needed a coach, and they were like, "He can play if you coach." And I'm like, "All right, let's do it." So we get home, and Carl's like, "How's practice?" And he was like, "We didn't even play a game." And Carl's being funny. He's like, "You should talk to the coach." And he's like, "The coach wouldn't let us do that." And I was like, "I'm right here. I'm right here, dude. There's 11 of you. You don't even know how to wipe your own butt yet." No, he does. He does. He does. He does. But
He's like,
I'm
you don't
like,
wipe
just,
your own butt, and you're giving me crap.
yeah. Like, I am your coach and I can hear you. Okay. No, he's good.
That's good.
He is ready to play sports.
It'll be good,
Um,
huh?
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's gonna be someone who's really pretty much good at universally across the board at everything. What he chooses to be exceptional at, I'm not really sure if that will be music or if it will be something else.
Yeah.
Finn's best sport is softball for sure.
I was gonna ask that. Now she plays softball. Is there communication? Is there teaching? You just never know if
Um,
someone's on their own journey and like I don't want to be taught. I want to do this myself, or if they
so I luck out because I'm her stepmom. and I am the coolest to her,
Obviously.
which is great. I can pretty much tell her anything with softball and she will listen. I thankfully she's 11. So when I was 11, I was playing high school softball and she is playing wh- how an 11-year-old should be playing.
Yeah.
And we live in a town that, a very small town in area that you don't really start playing softball until you're in 6th grade. It's all mixed together until they're like a little bit younger than that. And there's not like little league, so to say. So I don't really say a lot. Honestly, I just encourage her. Confidence is a big thing for her.
Yeah.
I've gotten mad at her one time. And
Yeah.
I was the assistant coach for her middle school team this year. She plays first base. She's as tall as I am, by the way. She's 11. My husband is 6'5". So
Well,
she's
there you go.
probably gonna be like 6 feet tall. So I'm 5'3". She's 5'3" already. She turned 11 in July. So she plays first base. She's great. Not much gets by her. Um, I was coaching first base. Saw something going on in the dugout. When I came into the dugout after I third out, she was crying. And I was like, I don't understand what could happen in here that she's crying. And another girl said something about her and another girl got in a fight over sunflower seeds. And I was like, well, I'm sure that's going to blow over. I can't possibly imagine
Yeah.
what that could be. And I just because I'm also her stepmom, I'm also the coach. It's a little bit of a hard territory. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, we have a great relationship with her mother, like whatever. There's no hard I could do or say whatever. Would have been fine, but I was just letting her do whatever she needed to. But she went and played first base, slumped over like that, and I got mad at her when we got home. I said, "Listen, that's crazy behavior. You couldn't even play. You couldn't even stand there confidently and play."
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever been mad at her. Other than that, she's fine. She's 11.
It's the
She's
life
doing
lessons.
normal.
Yeah.
I
It's the
know.
it's the lessons of you're gonna get knocked down. You're gonna go through tough times and arguments and emotional things. Stand your grounds. You can still think
Yeah.
about it, still hash your
Yeah.
feelings on it, but don't lose yourself in that
Right.
moment.
Yeah. And I haven't figured out. My husband and I were talking about this last night. I haven't figured out how to. Our son, he can fall on his face. He's running around acting crazy. He can trip. He can make a fool of himself. He will just start laughing. He'll move on. He doesn't care. That's not what happens with her. And I don't know if you can teach that. I don't know what you say. And I was saying to him, I don't know if I can how to get her to understand that no one's thinking about it after it happens. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like realistically. And I don't know, cause she's thinking that everyone's thinking about it still. You know what I mean? Or, like, anything like that, and I don't know I mean, what that's the stuff I lose sleep over as a stepmom, but that's different, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how do you teach that to your kids? Like, it's okay. It's
It's
when you strike out, it's okay. No one's thinking about it, you know?
It's baseball and softball memory. It comes, it
Yeah.
goes. People will only remember it if you actually hash on it. Like
Yeah.
if you if you put extra emphasis, like if you strike out and cry, people will remember that more than
That you
you
tried.
striking out. Like
Yeah.
even now when I play, I don't know if I go 0 for 3 or 3 for 3 an hour after the game because I don't
Yeah.
care.
I know, I was telling her
Yeah.
that too. She's like, "How was your game?" I'm like, "I honestly don't remember what we did," but she's like, "Did you win or lose?" I'm like, "I don't know, dog. Have fun."
Yeah. Yeah. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a tough ground to navigate at times. I
Yeah.
talk to a lot of. That's why I wanted to ask too about that interaction as like stepmom slash coach
Yeah.
because I talk to parents that are also coaches. I'm like, how do you walk that ground of when are you crossing the line as a parent, when you cross the line as a coach? How do you have a division between the two? And it's not an
It's
easy
a hard
balance.
it's a hard thing as a step parent.
Yeah,
Thankfully, she doesn't know any different. I've been around for so long.
yeah.
But I just don't it's hard.
People
It's
know
a
when you
hard
care.
yes.
That's number one. If you care,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
you
And
know.
she really, really values my opinion, and I have to hold that close to my heart, and I have to make sure that and knowing that she is so sensitive and cares so much about that, it changes my delivery for her, and it changes how I approach things with her in general. In the whole grand scheme of things, I'm always tell Henning out, and I'll tell Felix the same thing. I'm such a calm and patient mom because I had Finn, because I was a stepmom for her. Like
Mhm.
I'll Henning, we had soccer tonight, and I told him, I said, if you run away for again, you're gonna go sit in the car. I would never say that to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a very different dynamic. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I know I have to protect her heart in different ways than I have to protect
Yeah.
my own kids.
Well,
You know what I mean?
the best part about it is, like, they're all different humans too,
Exactly.
right? That's the number one thing. They're all different. They all have different backgrounds,
Yeah.
different feelings. So it's learning to navigate that. Like, we just have Cole.
Yeah.
It's just him that we learn to balance him, but we don't have
Yeah.
to balance him and another one and
Yeah.
a third one.
Yeah.
So for us to be on the same page on one child can be might be easier than the balance of, you know, that
3,
dynamic.
yeah.
Exactly.
I feel, it's a privilege to be her stepmom because I know how much she loves and respects me, and I know how much that I love her, and there's a different love and guidance that goes into voluntarily loving and guiding a child rather
Hmm.
than choosing to make a child and loving them. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
But it's just a different dynamic. And I'll never raise my kids to think that it's the same. I love them equally.
Yeah.
I love them equally different, but I'll never be like, well, no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's different for Finn.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Finn knows that it's different for Hen. And like, it's not, it's the same scale, but it's different. You know what I mean? It's a
yeah,
weird combination.
it's almost, I don't want to say demeaning, but it's not necessarily right to act like it's not different.
Yeah.
Because if you act like it's not different, you can't celebrate the differences.
Yeah.
That's also what builds a very strong relationship as she continuously grows and as you continuously grow as a mom and a stepmom, because her trusting and respecting your opinion that's bounced back continuously as she ages too, where you trust and respect her opinion and you end up building that friendship and that relationship as you guys continuously grow.
Yeah, and it's important to me, and I know that it's important to her, so it's good. And I don't like when which whatever, everyone can do their own thing with their kids. I just don't like to convince my kids that everything in life is the same. They're not gonna get the same stuff, you know what I
That
mean? Like, or it's not gonna turn out the same, and the sooner it's not I'm not breaking their heart by being like, "Hey, you're not gonna it's not the same." Like,
yeah,
that's just the reality of how it goes, you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, so I'm the youngest of four. We
Yeah.
all played baseball, we all
Yeah.
played basketball and football. I'm the one that played a little bit further along than everyone else.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee you sign up and play baseball, you're gonna you're gonna do
Yeah.
that, you know? It's like
Exactly. I
there
know.
are differences. You can give two people the same pair of cleats. They're gonna do two
Exactly.
different things with them.
Yeah, 100%. So
So the
right.
idea is, how do I identify your strengths? And
Yes.
you're gonna take this path, cool, let's be our best at that. You're gonna do this,
Yeah,
let's be the best at that.
totally.
You know, that's all you can do.
That's a cool thing about parenting. You start seeing them navigate into their own little niche,
Oh yeah.
which is cool. Yeah. What's Cole into? Face.
Usually he's such a creature of habit, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So he'll be stuck and fixated on certain things for certain periods of time. But
yeah,
right now he's going through what we call a brain blast. And during his brain blast, his schedule completely shifts. He wakes up at
yeah,
different times, goes to sleep at different times. He talks more. You start to see him blossom more, but
yeah.
the they're very tiring. So like
They
right
are,
now
man.
he's going through a brain blast. Like, he said to me and Kayla, he says it from time to time. He's like, "Come on, goofs," because he
I can't.
calls us
Come on,
goofs.
goofs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a goofball. Come on,
Yeah.
goofs. Come on,
Come on,
goofs.
goofs.
It was
I
say
love
stuff
that.
like that, and we're like, "What's that?" So I always make the joke. I'm like, "What are you teaching him when I'm at work?"
Yeah, right, right.
But so he'll go through that stuff like, "Come on, dude.
That's
Come
so
on,
funny. I love
dude."
that.
And
Come on,
coming from
goof.
a nonverbal or non-speaking now, like a
Yeah.
non-speaking kid, to have him pick up all these phrases and things, it's amazing. He
N
was
Now will
he
he keep that in his vocabulary, or will it could it
no, so
potentially not?
so that's one of the tough parts too. There's
Okay.
unlearned language behaviors. So you can teach him how to open a door. Like this year, within the past 2 months, he learned how to
Yeah.
turn a doorknob,
Okay.
but it can also be unlearned.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think at like 2 years old, he was yelling, "I love you," because he saw it in a
Yeah.
show and then didn't say it again for like 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry for that.
now he's walking around saying, "I love you so much." He'll say that kind of stuff. So it's
Yeah.
really
I love
cool.
that. Yeah,
But
that is
yeah, so
cool.
so you grab the moment while you have it,
Yeah, totally. Because
in
you don't
certain
know.
areas. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you don't know. So,
And they call it a brain blast.
yep, that's what we
That's
technically
what you guys
call it.
call it, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we
That's
call it a
cool. I
brain
like that.
blast because his brain just explodes with information. Everything, we swear he stores it for 4 to 6 months, and
Yeah.
then one morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, it just pours all out.
It's always in the morning.
It's always,
I always hear
always.
Felix on the monitor when she wakes up to rifling off the words she won't say during the day. I'm like,
Yep,
that's so good.
that's awesome. If you could leave a message for like your kids, what's something that, maybe you get to tell them every day, maybe you don't get to tell them every day, but if they were to watch this in
Yeah.
20 years, what's something you'd want them to know?
I'm just so proud of them. They're so individually themselves, and I love that. Um, and I want them to know that, like I was saying earlier, if your dreams are so big that people are telling you that you can't do it, that's on them.
Yeah.
That's a them problem. You dream what you if you can think of it, you can do it. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, hands down. Some people will try to limit you because they were afraid to take the
Yeah.
steps. So just because they don't see it ever happening, it's like, there's a first for everything.
Yeah, and there's two kinds of people. You can move in fear or you can be done with it.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't, I'm too scared, I can't do it. And you're stuck with it. Or you can be scared and you can take a step forward and you move with it and you work through it. And I hope that they always work through it and just know that it's okay. It's gonna be okay, and you can do anything that you want to anytime, and we always got your back.
And that's awesome. It's good to build humans in that form.
Yeah,
Because a lot of the times it's like that, the epigenetics of it all, like the passed down traits from your parents. If there's anxiety or fear or um maybe not having the confidence, that can pass on as
yeah,
because they're
totally.
watching you on a daily basis. It's not just what you're telling them, they're watching your mannerisms and how you conduct yourself in certain avenues. So if they see you with that mentality and then it's something you're preaching, it becomes second nature, and it is the potential for it to become second nature to them.
Yeah, there's no reason for them not to believe in themselves, right?
Absolutely. Like,
Like,
y- where can't
if at home you're like, dude, what? You got this. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I remember. So Henning's favorite color is pink, and Finn said to him on the first day of school he wanted to wear a pink messy sweatshirt, and he has pink Jordans, and he said, "I'm gonna wear my pink J's." And she said, "What are you gonna do if someone makes fun of you for liking pink?" And he turned around, and I'll never forget, he looked at her and he said, "Why would they make fun of me? It's my favorite color." And she was like, "There you go."
Got it down.
I was like, "Okay." You know what I
Got it
mean?
down.
So hopefully he stays that way, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Think your parents passed on any good anxiety to you?
I I think in certain ways, me and Kayla will joke about this. I think in certain ways, like my dad's OCD and doesn't know.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
He
so
doesn't know it.
he doesn't, right?
Yep.
That's my thought process. And me and my brother Brian, we're best friends. We joke about it. And I've talked to other people about it because as you learn this stuff about yourself, you balance the ideas off of your friends to see what they think. And I said, because Kayla gives me crap about it in a funny way. She's like, "You're a OCD." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, I just know it works so I don't ever break the system,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
obviously." And
Duh. It's foolproof.
she's like, "That's OCD." And
Yeah.
I start talking to my brother and I'm like, "I think I've been masking OCD and calling it baseball superstition."
Oh, I
I'm
like
like, "It's
yeah,
superstition, like, you have to do this before every single at bat, like, you
yeah.
gotta what are you talking about? You have to do that so you have a good at bat."
Interesting.
Like, I noticed it too because when we moved in together and stuff, I line up all the shoes. I don't
Oh,
like
you
shoes
forget.
just sprawled out, so I put them together
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Yeah, I got some
It's so much
stuff."
more noticeable when someone else is living with you. You're like, "Oh."
Yeah. I was like, I got some stuff, okay."
Does Cole rough you up with that stuff, or is he, like, into it too? Because
He
kids, sometimes they come and blow it up.
he he does all the same stuff.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
He does
So you
all the
lucked
same
out.
stuff. Well, because
He
him
lines them up, baby.
yeah, with autism, they're
Yeah.
big on lining, like, everything so he lines up everything in increments of 5.
Oh,
So
okay,
if he so anytime we go buy him toys, we buy 5.
okay. That's his
So
number.
that's his number. If there's a
Okay.
6th character of a TV show, he throws it over his
Oh.
shoulder because he needs 5.
Yeah,
So
yeah, okay.
you'll come down the stairs and there'll be, like, 5 Cheez-Its on one step, 5 cars on another
Yeah,
step,
yeah.
you know?
That's so funny, I
And
like it.
yeah, it's this thing. He lines up a
But
bunch of stuff.
that's not 3 sets of shoes, so
I know. Yeah,
you
exactly.
gotta let it ride
Yeah, we got some
till he goes
stuff.
to bed. You're like, "Okay, cool, I can put that shoe back."
Yeah, yeah. It's bothering me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely put a lot of my stuff aside because living in his world is
I know, isn't that interesting?
oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
It is.
I'll fight Carl if he's snoring, but if Henning's snoring, I'm like, "Oh, he's so cute. He's sleeping."
Kayla does the same thing. If I'm eating something, I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
she's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, and
It's
then
the same
Cole
thing.
does it, and she's like, I'm like, I'll do the
Yeah, well,
same
we
thing.
made them, okay? We made them, it's different.
That's the difference. I totally understand it.
I'm like, "Honey, look, he's so cute sleeping." He's like, "Mhm, yeah."
Mhm.
If I even breathe in the wrong direction, I get slapped.
He's like, "I sleep all the time, you never compliment me."
He's like, "I can't even relax on the couch." I'm like, "'Cause you're snoring."
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Speaking of Carl, if you could leave a message for Carl, what would it be?
Mhm. Oh, I love him so much, it hurts. I wish that he could see himself through my eyes. I think that, in the season we are right now, we work really hard on our marriage. We work really hard on each other, but I think, we got young kids and we have a couple of them, and we're busy, and I think sometimes we forget to tell each other, and I just wish that he could see what I see and how much I admire him and how much I almost like I wish that he could feel how safe he makes me feel, you know what I mean? And how
Yeah.
that everything can just be sometimes when I'm get home, like the day's crazy and we're doing all this stuff. And then as soon as I get home and I walk through the door, I feel like everything just keeps moving, but it's just like us in this environment that it's like being in a tornado, you know what I mean? And just that in that impact with each other, it just feels so nice. And I wish that he could understand that. And I hope that he knows how much I love him all the time, even when it feels hard.
I love how you said that, that you wish he could see him through your eyes.
Yeah.
That's perfect. It
Cause
really is
sometimes
good.
I definitely say like, oh, so annoying or whatever. You know what I mean? We're like, you know.
It's
but I,
supposed
like, don't
to.
always say the good stuff, you know?
Oh, it's supposed to.
I
You
know.
know, you're supposed to give each other those looks and
He's like
yeah.
the other day, he's like, "I just wish you didn't look at me like you're disgusted." I'm like, "I'm not disgusted." I'm like, "I literally don't love anyone more than you, but please stop doing that."
Yeah,
Um,
me and Kayla do this funny thing now when if we get a little irritated with each other, we'll, like, whisper it, but she'll be like, "Shut
oh, I love that.
we'll
Yeah,
just be like,
that's so
"I
funny.
hate
Yeah,
you." We'll do that, and then, like, we end up laughing of it because it's so funny, but
it
we're
is so
mature enough
funny.
to just joke around about
Yeah, it's
that
so
kinda
good.
stuff. You gotta have some levity because it's I
I
mean,
always tell
you
him I'm like, "We're gonna we're gonna fight.
yeah.
Like, we're gonna fight. As soon as the kids go to bed, we are fighting. It's over." And I'm 5'3", he's 6'5". He's like, "Okay, you gonna get a stool?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever."
You're
And
like,
then
"You,
it's over.
come down here."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah, no.
awesome.
Yeah, I wish that I guess, like, I wish that he could see himself through my eyes, but I also wish that he could feel, like, how I feel about him. You know what I mean? I wish that like, you know how when
Yeah.
you look at Kayla, you're like, "Damn,
Yeah.
I
Y
just freaking love her." Like, you
yeah.
know? And I just
Yeah.
wish that he could feel how much I just my whole body encompasses him, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's very important to try to take those moments, even as tough as they are, because you guys are outnumbered. There's more kids than adults,
Severely. Severe. We're in
and
zone defense at all times.
yeah,
I don't even
and,
like basketball.
but I like the reference because it's very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
No, it is. Have you you guys closer to, like, the in-laws or the parents, have they been kind of, like, instrumental in ways of being around the family or in your journey growing up? You said one thing I loved is how you talked about how supportive your parents were. Do you have, like, a
Yeah.
message for them?
Well, my parents are the best. They live in Florida now, but they are coming in 2 weeks. Every time I have a kid, they come for a month, which is great. Um, we went to
Yeah,
Florida for a month this year and saw them. Carl's mom and stepdad live 4 houses up. They own a restaurant up the road that I work at on Tuesday nights.
that's
She
so
came
cool.
today was donuts with grown-ups, and Nana came with me, which is Carl's mom, to see Hen today at school, which is great. Um, my parents are amazing. They don't miss a beat, and they live 400 miles away. One thing I really, really admire about my mom is that had she might say she has a lot of demons, and she always put them aside to be the best mom that she could and provide anything that we needed, me and my brother, and, um, she'll tell me that she looks up to me and that she admires who I am, but it took a lot of courage for her to kinda put all that BS
Yeah,
aside and show up for us, and I really respect that now that I'm a mom. Um, I am just thankful that they show up for my family, I'm thankful that they show up for my husband and my kids, and
yeah,
I couldn't have handpicked 2 better parents, honestly.
yeah, that's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
great role models too, and that level of consistency. I think that sometimes parents just in general, never mind if they're good parents, but parents in general don't get that break because you're parenting for the rest of your life in so many ways.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
feel like I'm feeling it right now. Being a parent and working, and then, like, the world is not set up to be a working parent. Like,
yeah,
the pediatrician's office closes at 4, it opens at 8, it's not open on the weekends, school goes till 3, you know what I mean? And, like, I'm, like, leaving the office and everyone's like, "Bye, see you later," and they're, like, going to get drinks or, like, go to the gym, and I'm, like, clocking in again, you know what I mean? Which is
yep,
I don't feel bad about that, but it's just such a I didn't ever see that when I was a kid, and that's what they were doing, and
yeah,
I never thought they were tired. I really didn't. I never thought that they, like, couldn't do it all.
yeah. Adulting is different.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
and
different.
like you said too, it's like it's not set up, like, everyone has to work now,
Yeah.
you know?
And they
So
get
everyone's just running around like crazy.
yeah. When we come home and we run around like crazy.
Yeah. So your in-laws live 4 houses down?
Oh, yeah.
Or 4 houses up? Yeah. That's like, I know ours live right across the street.
They do?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
everybody loves Raymond.
And it's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I like that. Right
Yeah.
across the street.
Right across.
You ever send Cole over? You're just like,
Nah.
no.
We can't,
Yeah.
his the
Yeah.
navigation portion of it
Yeah.
all
It doesn't work.
wouldn't work,
Yeah.
but it would be amazing just like, "Go."
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
But they
You should build
are
like a tunnel. You got to build like a tunnel.
I know, they'll be just right underground.
One direction. Yeah.
It'll be fine. Yeah, but they're awesome.
Yeah.
They're
There.
awesome with him. I
That's
mean, they're right there, so
Kayla's parents.
yeah,
Okay. Cool.
yeah, they're
That's
so
awesome.
cool,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
It's been nice to chat with her a little bit too. I know we talked a little bit after we've talked a bunch, obviously, since
yeah,
we've started talking again, and then we talked a little bit after the whole Tylenol thing came out about the autism thing. So
yeah,
yeah, we
yeah,
really talked a lot about and I love that you guys share so much about your journey with that and you share about all of the ups and downs of navigating that. And she talked a lot about how, it took me a long time not to take that on, that like I did something like that, and it's insane that they're like putting this out there.
yeah. No, it is. It is. It's,
Nuts.
yeah, yeah, it is.
That's all you can say about it.
I
Really, it's
know.
really all you could say. Like,
When you start
yep,
to hear it all come out, and the toughest part too is like this curiosity from people, and it's in the news, so people are going to talk about it. But
yeah,
it's kind of like you said with Finn. It's like if you strike out, like it's not everyone.
yeah,
So in
mm,
our life, in our community, it's it's news broadcasted on the moon. Like it's
yeah,
everyone's looking, and then you realize a week goes by and nobody talks about it anymore.
yeah, yeah,
Because there's just so many other things going on. That's why with
yeah,
me, it's like, listen, it's a game of patience. You're going to have some stuff that's said. You're going to have the people who are posting or talking about it that it's not part of their life. You got to let things breeze by and know that what we're doing is right.
yeah.
And someone's headline news or someone being caught in the moment isn't going to impact what we think, what we do. So you
And what
just,
yeah,
that's it. You just leave it at that.
yeah, yeah,
That's all you can do,
totally.
you
Yeah,
know.
you guys are great. I love that you guys share it.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a big decision that we had to make on because I'm kind of an introvert. As much as I can go back and forth with you, I don't really talk to
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
So,
yeah, 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 yeah,
so
yeah.
just
Yeah, you got it.
yeah, deciding to share was
Hard,
big.
yes,
It was hard because you want to do it in the right light. You want to do it so that you can respect Cole and his journey. You want to do it so
of
that you
course.
can represent Kayla and but you got to get the information out there because I've had a lot of friends once I started talking about it, a lot of friends were like, listen, it's been like a year and I've wanted to say something. I just don't know what to say.
Yeah,
So then I started opening up to like, just ask. Ask anything. You don't have to say it the right way, be politically
yeah,
correct. Just ask. And
speak
then the
up there.
amount of
Yeah,
people are like, hey, my nephew's autistic and I don't really know all that much. Do you recommend any books? Is there, what's one piece of advice you can give? And I even thought about turning that into something like here, where it's like I would field questions for a week and then just put
oh
out
yeah,
like a 10-minute podcast where I just answer some of the questions and talk about I can't talk about the whole community, but I can
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about my perspective as a dad because not a lot of dads speak
Talk
out
about
on it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I bet that'd be really cool.
it's 99% women who lead the
Always.
charge in our
Yeah,
community, but it's like me and a handful of other dads, you know.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So, but
Yeah, have learned a lot from watching the both of you, so that's really cool. It's definitely helped
thank
me
you.
navigate, like, heading and teaching him stuff and just making it, he has 4 nonverbal kids in his class too, and he was not surprised, and he's very helpful and kind, and does a lot of really cool stuff, and I would not have been able to navigate that with him if it wasn't for the 2 of you, so
Yeah.
thank you for sharing all of that, it's
No,
very cool.
thank you. 'Cause, like, just talking to you about it too is very meaningful of just having people that may not have it in their life day to day, but to
Yeah.
share some curiosity and saying, "Hey, in the event that I run into a parent or another child, what's some certain ways?" Like, you just don't have that all the time.
Yeah,
No,
totally.
everyone's just so busy doing their own thing, but when they come across it, it's so different.
Yeah, 100%, and then you're
But
like, "Oh, wait." Yeah,
yeah, yeah. But
nice.
no, hey, I want to thank you for being on tonight.
Yeah, great to be with you.
It's always a pleasure talking to you and hearing about the family. You know,
Same with you.
that's one of the best parts.
Yeah,
And
it
take it
is.
easy on Carl, okay?
I'll try, I'll try. I'll try. I gotta keep 'em in check, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Those 6'5" guys, they always got the little crazy ways, you know? They always got them.
That's good.
Yeah,
Thank you. Hey, we'll
you're
catch up
welcome.
soon, and I appreciate you. I'm glad the family's doing good, and we'll have to do this again.
Alright, sounds good.